Okay, so this text to everything moment that we are experiencing in the internet era has not come out of thin air. We always have to look back to understand where we are going, right? So let's look at three things. First, actually four, because we'll link it to the India story. So the three things to look at is in 2000 somebody coined a term called AGI, which is artificial general intelligence. In 2004 there were two frameworks and algorithms that frameworks that most algorithms kind of got based on, which is the long tail and the wisdom of crowds. And now we are in 2023, so many years later, where all of this has come together to give you some, I mean, this and many more things I'm looking at from this lens. So from this lens, now you have something called assistive computing, or what you're calling the next era of internet or AI enabled world and jobs and work and play and everything, right? Why is this critical? You have to understand this, that progress doesn't happen in a day. Nothing comes to fruition in a day. Chat GPT may have taken 5 days to have 1 million users or whatever, and maybe has 25 million users daily right now, but that didn't happen in 2023. It has a long tail of wisdom of crowds to give you an AGI model that you can use to convert text into anything. Whether that's text to images, whether that's text to voice, text to video, text to anything. What does this mean? All you need today is language skills, and but not language for the sake of good English, and it has to be English first, because of all the AGI projects out there across all the countries that there are. English is the main language, so which means it is crawling English first. So you cannot deny the value of English. So English is critical, language is critical, context is critical. Being able to prompt in a way that you get a response which builds something worthwhile for you, that is the skill that will matter the most. Imagine earlier you had to learn a language to code. Now all you now need to know is to speak really well and prompt really well to get a model that works for you. So this is going back to your OG bosses, right? In your first job, who told you learn to write a brief. If you don't know how to write a brief, if you cannot communicate what you're thinking clearly, nobody will understand what you're saying. So what? Bullshit in, bullshit out. So bullshitting will not work. It'll require a lot of context. It'll require history. It'll require massive amount of wisdom. So this is what the text to everything generation or era will look like, or what we're calling assistive computing. Now let's marry this to the India story. What is the India story? So the India digital story started in 2015 with Nandan Nilekani coming with Aadhaar. And from then till now, I just wanted to remember three data points. We marry Aadhaar to Jandhan and COVID, and now look at the data points. The data points is our digital infrastructure is brilliant. We have one of the biggest UPI networks that's out there. We have 1 billion bank accounts. 1 billion. In 2016, we have 1,000 startups. Now we have 90K startups, if not more. I'm sure this number is dated and not fully accounted for. This is the India that we are moving into, and we are also English speaking. We don't, even though we have the diversity of language, we do know how to speak in English really well as a country outside of US and China and all the other countries who are massive powerhouses. So that puts us in a very interesting position, right? Very powerful position for the first time in our history as a job creating, growth oriented country. And if we now learn to self educate, if we now learn to be very good prompt engineers, so to say, there is no limit. So, where you can possibly go. So, yeah, to sum it all up, text to everything is here. Assistive computing is good for you if you know how to use it well. All tools are nice. You have to know how to use them responsibly. All accountability over a period of time is personal.